I'll admit I have not posted the videos, but because I watched the Supremes at Earl's All You Can Eat, I realized there was a book. Bought the book, read the book, which is you think the movie is hilarious, and the movie is the movie has its tugs and its pulls at you emotionally. But the book is more hilarious, even though it has its tugs at you emotionally too. But I'm realizing that it is best for books to do a series versus a movie because they have to cut out so much stuff. Black Cake was a very good series based on a real book. Read the book. The Other Black Girl, Kwame Alexander's crossover, all of those books that were transformed into series, to me, it was done better. Now, the only one they really jacked up was Octavia Butler's Kindred. They did that one wrong. Like, they really, what are y'all doing? So what I want to talk about real quick is how the movie was different or the same from the book. Like, there's a scene where Big Earl, he dies. And how he dies is he's laying in the bed saying his prayers, and Minnie, his wife, his second wife, realizes he is dead. In the book, she goes over to the restaurant and finally starts carrying on and acting a fool. And finally, his son was like, hold up, my daddy's dead? She was like, yeah, he's been dead since... He was like, well, how long he's been dead? She said, he was been dead since last night, but you know I need my 8 hours of sleep. So I didn't want to wake anybody up. Like, what? So in the book, in the movie, the way it played out is... it's Minnie, Little Earl, who's really Earl Jr., and the Supremes and their husbands are in the house discovering Earl, and Minnie's in the house, so it kind of looks like they came over to the house to check on this to see what was going on. So that was definitely the same. Another thing they did that was different, though, the reuniting of Chick and Barbara Jean. Chick was a white boy who his brother was very racist and very abusive, and he ends up living with Big Earl. Big Earl took care of him. He worked for Big Earl. He was very smart, and I forgot to tell y'all, you will get spoiler alerts if you have not read the book or watched the movie. So same thing happens in the book. Nevertheless, there's a scene where Big Earl died. Chick shows up to Big Earl's house after the funeral, and Barbara Jean sees it. Odette sees that Barbara Jean saw him, but doesn't say anything. In the movie, though, Chick shows up when Big Earl died, but no one knows he's there. He said he showed up. He said he couldn't go to the funeral, and then he went to go see Little Earl, but no one sees him until like days later. Odette, right after she got her cancer diagnosis, she's out in like this forestry, like this walk, almost like Congaree State Park, and she's walking around after her cancer diagnosis, and she sees Chick, who is, I forgot what you call it, but he studies birds, and tells him about, you know about Big Earl? He said, yeah, I came in town, and he was like, you need to go see Barbara Jean. Okay? And in the end, they end up getting back together. The only reason why they don't stay together, despite her getting pregnant, same thing happened in the movie, happened in the book, is because it's 1950s, 1960s. And even though he thought they could go away, she was like, nah, this is not going to work for us. Like, our child have to go through... And she didn't even say our child because he never knew she was pregnant. Again, Chick never knew that Barbara Jean was pregnant. And the same thing happened in the movie. Another thing that I noticed in the movie that was totally different is it was 2 occasions that Odette and Clarice went and met Barbara Jean. So the first time is when Barbara Jean's mom had passed away. And Odette's mom said, I need you to take this money. I need you to take this chicken over for her, be there for her. Clarice doesn't really want to go because Clarice is bougie and uppity, and I heard bad things about her. And then Odette's mom said, y'all can go over there and be there for her. So they go over there and they immediately detect that the stepdad, he's not really a stepdad. He's somebody the mama was sleeping with and living with. He ends up coming off. You could tell he's abusive. He's not doing the right thing. So what ends up happening in the movie is when they detect this, Odette immediately invites Barbara Jean to go to Big Earl's and hang out. The guy's like, nah, she don't need to go. She need to be around her family. And she said, you like to, put your hands on people, and what you're not going to do. So he takes a belt out and says, yeah, I heard about you. You're fearless, and you were born that sycamore tree. But I'm telling you right now, I'm going to put some fear in you right now. So he takes his belt off like he's going to beat Odette. Odette takes off her dress in the movie, sitting in a bra and a slip. So my dad was a Golden Gloves fighter. I will take you on. Goes to punch him or jump at him. He jumps back and says, well, y'all can do whatever you want. And then they take Barbara Jean to Big Earl's. She tells Big Earl's, old dude is not right to Barbara Jean. I think he's beating on her. And immediately in that same scene, Big Earl and his wife offer for Barbara Jean to live with them, and she forever lives with them. In the actual book, it was on 2 occasions where Odette kind of lied about who her daddy was and what he would do to get Barbara Jean out the house. And then the second time it happened, he realized your dad's not really a cop, so you're trying to take her away from me and I'm not dealing with that. She said, well, my daddy did teach me how to box. And they were able to get her out the house again. And that's when and then what happened was he would go away for periods at a time, and Barbara Jean would work somewhere where she was sweeping hair or something, but she was living in the house by herself for months. And finally, when he came back, they finally got her out the house and they got her to live with Big Earl. It's so much more I want to get into this about the differences in the movie, but I don't. That's gonna be a long post, and that's not what I'm here to do. Again, this is why you should read the book. Read the book. If you don't believe in sitting and reading a book, even though you should, it's good for your brain. Audible audio reading apps. I use Libby and Hoopla from the Richland Library. I know some people use audiobook. They use there's an app called Actual Audiobook and Audible. This stuff you can go for free. Hoopla and Libby. You just need a library card. But y'all, when I say this is a masterpiece, and not knocking my script writers, I'm a potential script writer myself. But we need to stop. There are a lot of books out there that if they just adapt them, they'll be great screenplays, great movies, and this is one of them.